Two teams making their way onto the pitch. Welcome back to Mombasa Sports Club, Sportpesa National 7 Circuit. Semi-final time. We have Nakuru RFC taking on Strathmore in the first of the semis. Two sides already at the center of the pitch. Huddling up before kickoff.
Don't forget to let the after party.
That is Coach Oscar Oma taking on Coach Foxy.
Willis
Ojal.
Assisted there by Charles Kaluvilis.
Charlie.
And Uma also was an able assistant by Madu, as they call him.
Yes. Edwin's Madu. Long-time servant. Of Nakuru Rugby. Kickoff. Ball travels the required 10. Referee plays an offside. Penalty to Nakuru RFC. Well, we've talked about the KCB versus Cabras game. We've barely talked about Nakuru versus Strathmore. This is sort of, on paper, this looks like both teams could be looking at this game as an exciting opportunity to make it to the cup final.
Look, I did mention earlier when you gave the example that's a final before a final, and I said that the two teams have played very well the last 2 days. Fought hard, Nakuru, they did against Kenya Harlequins this morning to get that opportunity to play this game, and here they are again. You know, one of them is going to be in the final.
Held up. Ball is lost backwards. And into touch it goes. That's a line out for the Strathmore Leos. Nakuru with possession. Nakuru recycling the ball well. Cross kick, looking for the bounce, and the bounce not favorable for Nakuru. There is an attempted kick, Oscar.
I think he saw there the height of Felix Okoth, and he got tempted because his opposite man seems to be half his size, and the cross kick seemed to be an option, but just not executed as perhaps planned.
Elton Malemba rampaging through, creating an impression of an overlap. Stansla Shikoli battles with Nakuru. Muita. Nijo, cross kick once again to Gabi. Gabi hoping the bounce is right. The bounce is good. Nakuru defending strongly. Tackle, high tackle. Gabi stands up and goes. A free play here for the Strathmore Leos. Muita to Barnabas. Barnabas stops and goes. Shkoli keeps possession. Almost lost it there. Referee was playing an advantage. Not sure if it's still on. Advantage over. That is Mola. Mola goes to Elton Malemba. Elton Malemba battled. Brought to the ground. Barnabas to Gabi. Gabi, start, stop. Gabi, skills. Barnabas, offload. Nijo on the outside. Nijo, clear space, clear acreage, clear. Try line inside. Try time.
Walter, that is really good patience here from Strathmore Leos. Gabi, Ayumba here with the line break on the outside, has the presence of mind to step and come back in, keep possession. He saw the advantage. Went down, picked up the ball off the ground again and kept the ball alive. Went to the other end and came back here again, and good offload rugby there from.
Yes,
Strathmore.
most definitely. Very good play there. Gabriel Laimba creating the option. Barnabas Oworo floating to Nigel Amaita. Nigel Amaita's walk face looks up, sees the try line. You can see as he eases towards the try line, the smile coming through. Nigel Amaita getting the first try for the Strathmore Leos side. Leos 7, Nakuru 0. Promised you an exciting cup semi, and here it is. Leos have taken the lead. Time now for Nakuru to respond. Felix Okoth, the tall, lanky Felix Okoth. Now time to show Gabriel Laimba what he is made of. Gabi himself firing the first shot. It's 1-0 to Gabi versus Felix. There, Felix and company getting a reprieve of a penalty. An injury stop. Joseph Momo, center referee, allowing play to come to a halt as Maina attends.
There's an interesting statistic here for you, Walter. Apparently, between 2020 and 2024 in World Rugby, every time there's a line break and then you take a rack, the try scoring opportunity is reduced by 56%. There was a line break here by Strathmore Leos. They kept the ball alive and they scored a try. There is an acronym made famous by Ronan O'Gara, former Irish flyer who now coaches La Rochelle in France, which says KBA, or keep the ball alive.
Yes.
So that's an interesting statistic there. If you get a line break, you may want to consider keeping the ball alive, because every time you go to the floor off a line break, you may still score the try, as we've seen many occasions, but that opportunity drops by 56%. So that's an interesting statistic for you there, as we watch Strathmore here.
That's a very interesting statistic.
Strathmore, good build-up of play here by the Leos. That's a hit of a knock-on, is it? Yes, it is a knock-on. No advantage. Double knock-on, the referee says. I think the first one was by Leo, so scrum to Nakuru. Ochendo Javan with the putting here and sends it out to Christian Ojwang. Back out again here. Joel Okeo seems to have knocked on. Yes, that's a knock on there.
Yes, Oscar, you did raise something about that opportunity to score once there's a line break. If you keep the ball alive, you then have a realistic opportunity maybe to offload and then keep running, because the defensive line is still coming back to set its line. So there is an opportunity there. But if you take the rack situation after a line break, it then means that you've given the opportunity to the team, the defending team, to realign and come at you. So it's easier always to keep the ball alive and score from fast face as compared to having either a scrum or a breakdown opportunity.
Yes, as we go to halftime, that statistic, of course, more apparent in the 15th game, but there's no team that best explains that than Fiji, who are always offloading. You have to be at your top when you're defending Fiji.
Easy.
Arnold Muitaya kicks us off for the second half. Goes 10. Nakuru just trying to be patient here. Nakuru, they'll need to be. They're 80 meters out. As Shuan go there by, penalized. Strathmore Leos, I think the hands in the rack. They choose go for a line out there. Nakuru. Yeah, so some good information for you there, viewers. There is actually books written about Sevens rugby. And Sevens Heaven, for me, is one of those books that you may want to have a look at. As Ben Ryan just talks about his journey in the wonderful island of Fiji.
Line out time. The Sevens Heaven as the beautiful chaos of Fiji Olympic dream. That is Ben Ryan. Good authored book there. Good brains of the Sevens game. Ben Ryan, former England international and of course England coach. Javan Okoth and company looking to strike back, having fallen short in the opening exchanges. Arnold. Elton swinging it to nobody. Victor Mola will be the pressure point, and Victor races clear. Swung to the floor. Quick release. Strathmore. Barnabas swinging it wide to Gabi. Gabi on the outside. Swings back into the traffic. Goes up. Barnabas apprehended. Strathmore, Elton, Nijo. Nijo and company staying strong, staying patient.
And most importantly, staying infield.
Yes, he didn't go into touch. That shows the experience in the man. Gabi steps back in. Once again, Gabi and Felix. It's quite a battle out there between Gabi and Felix.
Gabi showing some skills here for what you think is a big man. As a prop forward.
Muita, Arnold.
He has an overlap here from...
An easy catch and pass. That is Stanislas Shikoli, try time, Strathmore Leos. That is Leos' second. And they are creeping closer and closer to that final slot. Second try on the scoreboard. Wanyore's work is cut out.
Yes, indeed, some intelligent rugby here from Strathmore Leos. Not only are they managing their physical part of the game well, but they also playing intelligent rugby, keeping the ball alive here. As we mentioned earlier, making sure that they're staying infield. Victor Moll on one end, Gabriel Ayimba on the other, and sometimes in the middle, Ayimba.
Once again, Oscar, I think it comes down to simple execution skills, like the simple catch and pass, you know, the ability to set a rack, the ability to pass in contact, the ability to scan and see and look for areas to attack from. I mean, the simple things, just offload. You see in your picture there as a simple offload. Lands Strathmore Leos yet another try. It's try time. Victor Mola scoring Strathmore's third.
If there was ever a moment of, just to give you an idea of what KBA stands for, I think that was it. There's a line break there by Strathmore Leos, but they're always looking for the support player and the offload. Went to Ayimba again on the outside, always using his feet. Ayimba, again another offload to Victor Mola. And an easy score there under the post. There was an incident yesterday in the last game when Gabriel Ayimba had the ball at the end when they were playing Oilers, and Kipchirchir caught up with him after a line break. You would expect Kipchirchir to catch up with Ayimba. But what Ayimba did there is cooled his jet, stepped off his left foot, and went under the post for an easy score. And he seemed to just pointing to his head there that it's not just about physicality, but you can also use your brain. As Ayimba again goes for that kickoff. Strathmore seem to be here on a business trip, Walter.
Yes, Strathmore know what they are all about today. Nijo Amaita finding space on the outside. The wing jumps and goes and scores. That is Nijo Amaita at his very best. Celebration time for the Strathmore Leos. Leos 26, Nakuru 0.
Wholesome substitutions here by the Strathmore Leos bench. Looks like Ayimba Gabriel has done his part here.
That is 3 guys going out. Gabriel Ayimba, Stanislas Shikoli, and Barnabas Owor. Wafula goes in. Not sure who else has made their way onto the pitch. We'll be getting that confirmation right as soon as we have it. Arnold Muita goes off the pitch. We do have the likes of Dennis Tubey, Felix Njenga.
And this way the substitutions come in, Walter. We're talking earlier about Cabras, when we're saying that when some of the substitutions came in, the quality seems to have come down. But to be fair to them, they can only play what's in front of them. But Strathmore Leo here look balanced across the field, but they will get tested no matter who wins the next game. Both teams, KCB and Cabras, are no easy opponent.
Yes, no easy opponent. Well, bench power is something that is well underrated in this type of games, because a solid bench platform is an opportunity for you to exchange gears mid-game, and boasting of a good bench would mean that you have the luxury of launching more firepower in the second half.
Yes, there was a famous phrase at some point, sometimes when coaches just stick to the starting 7, you end up with the Saba Bora or Bora Saba. That debate always goes on.
Yeah, there is a risk over dependence, and coaches who probably don't want to take a risk. And but not forgetting, this is a game, and it's an opportunity for the coaches to also develop an ability to read the game, the ability to know when to do substitutions, when to bring in new and inject in a bit of new pace and power into the game. So it's also a part of the game that the coaches, we take it for granted most of the time, but it's very important. It has been a very resounding victory for the Strathmore Leos, who proceed to the Cup final. Nakuru RFC dropping out of contention. They will be playing the 3rd and 4th match. Nakuru will be playing the loser of the next game. Congratulations to the Strathmore Leos. The Leos in the final. Full-time scores: Leos 28, Nakuru RFC 0.